one of my earliest entries in my criminal record. Both my criminal life and my literary career started at the same time. This is usually the case. And I was like 8, 9 years old. I was going in Barcelona to this Jesuit school, Colegio San Ignacio de Santa, a very grandiose building, like a 19th century Gothic castle, fantastic setting. I loved it. And I loved the setting, not necessarily the school, but that's a story for another day. The thing is, when I was 9 years old or so, me and a group of friends decided to create a publishing house. And it worked like this. I was writing stories. The stories were like 5, 6, 7 pages old. Most of them were about aliens, vampires, monsters from outer space that came to Earth, killed everybody by page 2. So by the end of the story, there was not a single soul standing on planet Earth. And some of them were subversive comedies of very dubious taste, things like that. Then we had another partner in the company that was the printer. The printer, his father owned one of the biggest bookstores in Barcelona. I'm talking about the early 70s. In the early 70s, at this place, at this store that his father owned, he had a Xerox machine, which of course, that was supernatural technology. It was a machine in which you could put a piece of paper on one side and a perfect copy came the other way. We thought this must be something magic, or because at the time we had never seen something like that. Here we had another partner, which was the artist. The artist would draw paintings, would draw illustrations, the covers, things like that, for all these monsters and bodies dismembered, and the gore and the blood and the vampires. And finally, we had our marketing man. The marketing man was a very outgoing kid who would go around in the playground or in the hallways of the school selling books. So he was out there and he was selling like crazy everything, pushing the books into the hands of other kids. This little unit started going strong and got strong. We were doing great. We were floating in cash for the standards of 9 years old. And we had plenty of candy to buy candy. We could get into the subway. We were traveling first class on the subway, which not everybody could. So we weren't mixing there with the poor sleeves that were standing and sweating. We were sitting there in nicely velvety seats. We thought we had reached the top already at 9 years old. So I think maybe the arrogance of success did us in, because slowly I think we became too successful around it. Not only the kids were buying books, but the teachers were. What happened is eventually our books or materials started to climb the bureaucracy of the school until they got to the point where a high-ranking officer there, which was a bureaucrat, an administrator in the school, found these books and started to read them, and he became horrified. He thought they were satanic material. We were polluting the hearts and minds of an entire generation of Spanish kids, that we were ruining their morals forever. And he also thought that the fact that we were printing books and we were selling them was profoundly immoral. I never understood that last part, what was immoral about the fact that we were selling books, but he thought so. So we were shut down violently, and that was the end of it. So it was my first experience with publishing, censorship at the same time. And after that, I decided that I needed to change my business model.